Hey squad, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are taking a break from the vlogs that we have been doing. If you have missed Vlogmas, I will link that in the cards here and also down below so you can catch up on all the previous videos. But today I thought it would be fun to sort of continue talking about our gifting and maybe introducing some secondhand gifting by way of simplifying your gifts this year. Before we begin, I just feel this need to let you know that there is not coffee in this mug, but there is water in this mug. I feel a little bit like a talk show host when you know that they probably have water or orange juice or something else, but for the look of the coffee mug, that's what they do. So that's what we're doing here. I feel like my body needs water today, so this is water, not coffee. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, and I feel like I'm being fully honest with you. So we have talked about in the last couple of weeks, maybe some secondhand gifts to give. We talked about some things maybe to avoid. And so now what I wanted to talk about was just 5 different ways that I am simplifying my gifting this year and just the Christmas experience as a general overview. So I hope that you are able to use some or all of these tips and that you are able to find them helpful in your holiday planning. Okay, so the first one is very simple, and it's just to reduce your list. So starting out with your gift list, maybe just start out and try to think of the bare minimum. How many people do you feel like you absolutely have to get gifts for? And then after you make that list, see, is there anybody on that list that really you don't need to get a gift for? And it sounds kind of bad to say it that way, but so many times we get gifts out of obligation, and I'm going to talk about that in a later point. But just look at your list and examine who is on that list and how long it is. When we think about Christmas gifts, we really don't have to give them to everyone that we come in contact with. Again, this is a personal thing, and your list can be as small or as long as you want it to, but certainly don't feel obligated to give gifts to everybody. All right, so the second one is handmade gifts or making things. I touched on this in my things to look for video, and I showed you guys some containers to make some goodies in. I showed you guys a little photo frame that I'm going to make into an ornament with a picture of my kids in it. Anything that you can make with your hands as far as crafting, anything that you can bake. These are going to be cherished gifts, photographs, I've mentioned that before too. So think about things that you can actually create either with things that are already in your home or that aren't going to cost a lot of money. Another plus of baking things is obviously that you can make a large amount of whatever it is and cover multiple people's gifts. So that is another thought. Number 3 sort of piggybacks off of that, and that is to make things that you are good at or that you are known for. Sometimes it can feel so overwhelming to try new things or to be good at something new. If you are naturally good at painting, tap into that. If you are known for a certain type of cookie that you make every year or a certain type of cake, then make that. People know you for it, they love it, and I'm sure that they will welcome that gift. Okay, the 4th one we might just need to camp out here for just a little bit, and that is to examine your thoughts and intentions around gift giving. And of course, as this relates to secondhand gifts as well. So first of all, examine why you are giving the gift at all in the first place. Is your intention behind giving the gift and the feeling to give the gift out of obligation? Are you giving the gift because this is someone who always gives a gift to you, or they gave a gift to you last year, so you feel the need to return the favor? I think we have to remind ourselves that a gift is a gift, and there is no need to give something in return. That is the definition of a gift, is just to give something to someone, and you don't expect anything to be returned to you. Now, as this relates to secondhand gifts, I think that there is sort of a stigma about giving a gift that is secondhand, maybe something that your children have loved and maybe outgrown that you give to someone else, maybe something that you found at a yard sale or a thrift store. Sometimes it can feel not as good as, or sometimes it can feel like a cop-out, or sometimes it can feel like the cheap way out. And I think it's important to, there again, examine the heart of the giver and also examine the heart of the receiver. So I'm just going to think about putting myself in those two scenarios. As a giver, I'm thinking of the love that I have for this person and how I want to show them that by gifting them with something. I'm thinking about, am I going to feel ashamed to give them this item which is in really good condition, but it might not have a tag on it, and so they might wonder, where did this come from? So as a receiver, I'm thinking of someone giving me a gift, and I'm thinking of someone coming up to me and saying, I saw this the other day and I just knew that it looked just like you, and so I picked it up and I wanted to gift it to you. So that's a wonderful statement. And if that statement were followed with, and I found it at a thrift store, or I found it at a yard sale, or I found it while going through my children's toys or clothes and I just knew it was perfect for you. If that's something that maybe doesn't sit quite right with you, or it makes you feel like the gift is less than, then it might be possible that you or I or whoever the receiver is needs to examine their heart too. It's sometimes not a very fun thing to do, but I think the older I get, and I think this happens with a lot of people, the materialistic part of Christmas sort of dies away. And to me, gifting is still fun and it's still important, and I still will continue to do it. But it is not at all important for me to match a certain dollar amount, and to know that the dollar amount does not have to reflect the level of love that you feel for this person. You know, the people that are closest to me in my life, there is not a dollar amount that I would be able to afford to show them how much I love and appreciate them. So by doing these things, by simplifying my gift list, by making things, especially things that I'm good at or known for, by examining my heart and my intention about the gifts, these are all things that allow me to give gifts that I feel accurately reflect how I feel about this person and how I want them to feel when they're receiving this gift. The last tip that I wanted to mention is consider experiences. Now, I know that we've all heard this before, and you may feel like your possibilities are a little bit limited because of everything that is going on in the world, and things may not be as open or accessible as maybe they were in years past. But if you get creative and maybe think about small experiences that are intimate that you could create for those loved ones in your life, these can be really, really powerful, important things. And when it all comes down to it, the things that our family and our children remember about the holidays is not going to be the gifts. It's going to be the emotions and the feelings around the day and the season and how we handle these things. And just as a final bonus tip here, the last thing that I wanted to include is maybe think about making the way that you package things be a little bit special. All it takes is a little personal touch to really make someone feel appreciated. So maybe you have a certain kind of gift wrap that you like. Maybe you want to stick a piece of pine branch in a piece of ribbon. There are all different kinds of ways to make your gifts feel special. If this is something that you would like to see a video on and you think maybe you could use some help with, I would be happy to do a video on this for this Vlogmas season. So you can just let me know down in the comments if that's something you would be interested in. Alright guys, that pretty much sums it up for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by Yard Sale Squad. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe so you can stick around for the rest of our Christmas content. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that something you saw or heard is helpful in making your Christmas feel extra special this year. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be talking to you soon.